Hi folks, Phil here. Thanks to all of you who've reached out to me over the last few weeks, commenting on my videos, whether it's through social media or other means, email, what have you. Incredibly flattered that many of you are finding these to be valuable. I don't know how many of them will do, but I suppose as long as people find them valuable, I'll find the time to do it. One of the things I want to talk about today, folks, is withdrawal. We all know we're petrified of it. Anyone who's been an addict will know it's uh, it's the Grim Reaper, and it's something we will avoid at all costs. I want to give you a quick history of what my withdrawal was like and how I managed it. So one of the things that is typical in America is that when you have a substance abuse issue or substance dependency issue, you're treated with Suboxone, and the Suboxone is used properly. It can be a wonderful thing. You will find absolute horror stories on the internet of people who have had the worst withdrawals lasting months and months and the most extreme discomfort. But there's also many stories that aren't posted on the internet of people who have got off Suboxone easily and get through withdrawal much easier than anything they ever imagined. I've been on off like most people, on pills, off pills, on pills, off pills. But one of the things that I'll just talk about the last time, what's the most recent. Um, I went into Kaiser, which is in Southern California, and their method of treatment is a maintenance program on Suboxone. So you take it for a long time. Uh, my previous stints with Suboxone were quick tapers over 6 weeks. You start out pill and a half, and then they bring you down and you jump. Weirdly, and I didn't know this at the time, my previous times they made me jump at 2 milligrams, something as most people would find to be madness. But my own ignorance, I did it anyway. But the last time I came off pills, which has been a while now, when I say a while, it was way in the last year. This is the longest period I've had in the last 10 years off pills. One of the things a couple of things that I did. First of all, I changed my diet. I got rid of the junk in my diet. Most people who abuse drugs or take drugs don't have respect for themselves, and so eat junk. Don't work out, because how can you work out when you're stoned? So I started going to the gym, and I know you hear this all the time because it works, and it helped me. I'm not suggesting for one moment you take my advice over that of a professional counselor. Clearly, they know more about this than me. This is unique to my experience, and it may be something that relates to yours. At my peak, I was taking 13, 14, 30 milligram morphine pills a day. So it was high. It was a big. It was. It wasn't. It wasn't a minor addiction. It was serious and something that would kill me today. But on top of which, folks, I had numerous health issues. If I can get off pills, you can get off pills. Okay. Let me explain to you in the last 10 years, quick synopsis of what I've experienced, so you understand why I have an addiction, why I'm an addict, and why if I can get off them, you can. My addiction started really December 4th, 2007, when I came home from work. That year, 2007, I bought my first house. I'd opened my own business. I'd just become a father. I had a 10-month-old son, and I was with the woman of my dreams. I really could not have been happier. I was at the happiest point I've ever been in my life, living in Southern California for an Irish guy, other than getting sunburned every day. It's amazing. And so, but life changes on a dime. I came home and I found her dead from heart failure, and it absolutely destroyed me. I did not know how to deal with it. I couldn't process it, and my family was on the other side of the world. I was deprived mental health treatment at the time because of some of the stuff I was experiencing, which is pretty common with grief. But I was told by my general practitioner that if I tell my experiences that I'm having to a counsellor, they may recommend that I lose my child because they may fear I'm losing my mind, which frightened me. So my counsellor became a bottle of pills. It could have been bleach, it could have been anything that would have distracted me from the reality of what I was experiencing would have done. Which is why blaming opiates for addiction is like blaming the car for hitting the wall. You're completely missing the point. But anyway, the addiction was bad, and I was afraid of living life without these pills because I didn't think I would ever be happy. I thought I needed them to be happy, even though I was in horrendous depression. I thought it would get worse if I didn't have these pills. How on earth could I enjoy life without taking these? After that experience of finding my wife to be dead, I've had 5 knee surgeries. I had my right kidney removed. My gallbladder failed. I had to have that removed. I've got rods and screws all the way up my spine from arthritis developing, from abusing my body as an athlete when I was younger. I broke my hyoid bone, my neck, I broke my wrist, lots of different things. 10 years of chronic pain, chronic illness. Today, I'm pain-free, and that's a God's honest truth. I've never been in a situation where I've been pain-free in the last 10 years. And when I say I'm pain-free, I mean physically and emotionally. I've, for the first time, really dealt with the death of Stephanie and dealing with it. My son, who is now 11 today, happy birthday, mate, has been fundamental in giving me a purpose to not self-destruct. And I love him with all my heart. He's my world, and I have 2 other kids. I got remarried. But if you're thinking you can't get off this, you think that your experience is unique to you. A lot of it is unique to you, but you can't get off this stuff, and you can live a very, very happy, fulfilled, enriched life off this shit. I love my life today. I'm so much more engaged in everything that I do. I'm happy today. My life doesn't resemble anything like I thought it would when I was in the midst of my addiction, of what sobriety would look like. I would not swap. Now, it's funny, now that I'm off this crap, I fear going back on it. When I was on it, I feared going off it. Now I'm like, whatever I have to do not go back on this stuff. One of the things that I did, folks, that was different this time, is I kept a video diary. And one of the things that I had said in my video diary back at the end of my previous stint on opiates was, never forget how depressed you are. Never forget how bad you feel right now, because when you get the temptation to take these pills again, I want you to understand there are no solutions to your problems in this bottle. In fact, this has made things much, much worse. So that was important to me, because when the cravings would come, I would watch those videos and remind myself that I'm not turning back. I'm not going back there. There's no happiness for me there. There's no happiness in addiction at all. But that was really important to remain focused on just get through the next 5 minutes. I'm a big soccer fan, I'm a big boxing fan. And so when I try to put this into a metaphor. If you fall off the wagon, if you're sober and you fall off the wagon, please do not look at it like the final bell is rung. It's just a bad round, but you've got another round coming up, right? And instead of fighting for a belt, you're fighting for your life. The final bell hasn't rung yet. You're still in this fight. You can still win this. You have the ability inside of you to do this. And all those little doubts in your voice, that in your head that's telling you can't, are going to kill you. If you don't get off the substance you're on, you will be another statistic. And that is whether you're a statistic in jail, which is horrendous that we jail addicts, but we do, or worse, you're a statistic in a cemetery somewhere where you leave utter carnage behind because your family is absolutely destroyed. Um, I wish you nothing but the best in this fight. If you want to get a hold of me personally, you can reach out to me on Twitter at Malachians. That's at MALACHIANS. And I will help you if I can, or leave a comment on this video. The other thing that I did, folks, when I came off my Suboxone, I jumped off at, like I said, 0.5 milligrams. The first thing that I bought was this. This is Kratom. And I know it has a mixed reputation amongst addicts. Some people say it's replacing one drug with another. I took this for about 2 weeks. You can buy it in a smoke shop, and it most definitely helped me with acute withdrawals. It did take them away. So you can taper off this stuff with minimal suffering if you're disciplined and you really, really want your sobriety. So if there's any topics you'd like me to cover on this, let me know. I'll certainly do videos on it. The other thing that I'll do real quick is this week I'm going to be doing a show with a medical doctor. He's an emergency room doctor in Michigan, who's doing fantastic work at the moment with opiates and forwarding the discussion and amplifying the discussion that so badly needs to be heard, that we have a mental health crisis in America. We have a depression issue in America. That is what is fueling what we call the opiate crisis. And unless we address the mental health issues, we will never address addiction deaths. It will just, the only thing that will change is what people kill themselves with. So if you look at our society as a whole, it's sick anyway. We will do absolutely anything to distract ourselves from being alone with ourselves, whether it's on our iPhones all day, whether it's consuming alcohol, food, whatever the distraction is. No one wants to be alone with themselves, or very few. We all know what it's like when we go to bed at night and we plug a phone in and we lie down. And then all your thoughts, worries, fears, insecurities, they start coming at you. Which is why people tend to take sleeping medication before they go to bed, and then go to bed when they're exhausted, so that they don't go through that period of reflection, of not being distracted. Because we all know what that's like. We can be awake 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, worrying about every potential negative outcome that could happen in our life. So unless we address the underlying reasons of why addiction, which is a symptom of a bigger problem, we're just confusing addiction with dependency, and that's totally different. So anyway, folks, I hope you're all well. I hope this finds you well. I hope you have a great day. I hope whatever it is, whatever your experience with addiction, depression is, I wish you nothing but love. Thank you from me, and thank you for watching this. Take care, folks.